Hello and welcome. Today's topic is our development of the ureter. In my last video, I just told you that from the mesonephric, or which is also known as Wolffian duct, it forms ureteric bud. Then it forms ureter. So the proximal end, it dilates and forms kidney, which I talked about in my last video. Okay, and the distal end continues as ureter. Simple, finish. And now development of the urinary bladder. At fifth week of intrauterine life, right side and left side mesonephric duct opens into definitive urogenital sinus. What is definitive urogenital sinus? I told you in my earlier videos. Okay, after a few days, this definitive urogenital sinus divides into pelvic part, phallic part. What is pelvic part? What is phallic part for this urogenital sinus? I told you in my last videos. Okay, gradually this mesonephric part gets absorbed in the dorsal wall of the vesico-urethral canal. Then it's gone. So the incorporated or the absorbed part of the mesonephric duct forms trigone of the bladder. Okay, it's a triangular area. What is trigone of the bladder? I told you in my anatomy of the bladder videos. Okay, and it lies between the right side and left side ureter. So there you can see the cranial part forms the vesico-urethral canal. So the caudal part, it continues or remains as a mesonephric duct. Okay, now in male, this terminal part or the caudal part of the mesonephric duct ultimately forms the ejaculatory duct. What is ejaculatory duct? I told you in my testis anatomy video, you can see that. But in female, this terminal part or the caudal part of the mesonephric duct gradually disappears, gone. Lining epithelium of the urinary bladder, except the trigone area, entire bladder derives from the endoderm. In the trigone area, the lining epithelium develops from the intramembranic mesoderm. Okay, and the adjacent splanchnopleuric mesoderm or the visceral layer ultimately forms the detrusor muscle and other smooth muscles. The median umbilical ligament of the urinary bladder, which ultimately develop from the urachus, allantois. Okay, now development of the urethra. In male we have male urethra, in female we have female urethra. Now see the chart. In this chart you have to understand how male urethra develops. Caudal part of the vesico-urethral canal, it forms the prostatic part of the urethra. Simultaneously it also forms ejaculatory duct in male. I just told you now. Okay, then the pelvic part and phallic part of urogenital sinus forms the membranous part of the urethra. Okay, then it continues as a spongy urethra, which is also known as penile urethra. The urethra which presents inside the penis. Okay, the glandular part or the terminal part is opening. The terminal part of the urethra opens on glans penis, which develops from the surface ectoderm. That's it, finish. And now how the female urethra develops. Caudal part or the terminal part of the vesico-urethral canal, which actually disappears, but in latest theory it says it doesn't disappear. It actually forms terminal part of the urethra, directly terminal part of the urethra. Okay, and opens into the few millimeter below to the clitoris. In female, this terminal part of the urethra corresponds to the male prostatic urethra. You can say it's a kind of homologous organ. Okay, this is overall video of our urinary system, and see you in my next video. Till then, bye.